here. Got another admissions event tonight in Culver City for all of those who are curious about the MBA program and considering joining. Happy Valentine's Day. I wanted to make a quick video to talk about some of the entrepreneurship opportunities that have been going on for me. I know a couple of you guys are curious about entrepreneurship opportunities at Haas, and so am I. And so I'm very much learning as I go, and I wanted to share what I've been finding out so far. So I think in my last video I mentioned that I applied to the STEP program, which is an incubator program that Haas offers. It's pretty cool because it's offered to undergrads as well as to all of the graduate programs as well. And you can kind of apply in two different ways. You can either apply with an idea, like as a founder or a founding group of people that are excited about an idea, a company you want to get off the ground, or you can also apply what I'm calling as a solo agent, which is you don't necessarily have a company you want to bring to life, but you want to join a team and you want to help someone else bring their idea to life. I sort of found out about this program a little bit last minute, so I didn't necessarily have an idea that I wanted to bring to the table. So I thought for now I would just apply as a solo agent. I heard the program's pretty competitive. I don't have the numbers exactly on the acceptance, but that's just kind of generally what I've heard. They do one every semester. So our program, the executive program, does not follow a semester schedule like the undergraduate program, but this program, STEP, does. It does kind of follow. So there's a fall and a spring group that will go through this process. I believe it's a 10-week process. Once you're in, you're basically doing these exercises, learning this knowledge on how to get this idea off the ground, how to kind of validate your idea. It's all moving pretty fast. So where I am in the process right now, I applied a couple weeks ago. I got conditionally accepted. So because I applied as a solo agent, now I have about a week to find a team to join. And there are founders who applied just as a single person, and they also need to find at least one other person to join their team. So the minimum of the team is 2, and I think the maximum is 5 people. If you don't match with anybody, then unfortunately you can't really continue through the program. Yeah, and as someone that doesn't live locally at Berkeley, you're still able to be a part of the program. You know, you just have to do stuff online, right? So set up Zooms, set up meetings with people to get to know them and their idea. So that's what I've been doing. I have a couple meetings this week with some people that are in founding groups to see which is like the best fit for me. And then on Saturday we have a kickoff event. It's at Berkeley. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, or whatever team I'm joining, if they're going to be able to go. But then after that, the majority of the events are online. I don't have much else to share right now because, again, I'm basically just sharing with you guys as I go along. So, you know, as I go through this experience, as I see what it's like, see what the takeaways are, I'll definitely share with you guys here. And I'm also, you know, looking into other programs that are offered at Berkeley to share with you guys too. I keep saying this, but I think I just want to say, you know, I'm so impressed that there's a good amount of undergrad teams that are in the STEP program, and I'm just so impressed. You know, like I think I said this in an earlier video too. I wish I had been more disciplined when I was an undergrad. I definitely was not applying to incubators when I was 19. You know, I don't know what I was doing, but it was not that. I'm just so impressed at the ambition, the drive. I think maybe it's that like Bay Area, Silicon Valley, that entrepreneurship spirit is just really strong. So it's so cool to see. Another thing that's interesting is just that everyone's on a different place in their entrepreneurship journey. Applying to STEP, some people, this is just a brand new idea that they've thought of and they're really just starting from the ground up. Other people have been working or thinking about this idea for years. They might already have like a 4 or 5 person team that they've put together that are working together. Some people are, you know, somewhere in the middle that they don't necessarily want to get this idea off the ground in terms of it being a real company. They're really just more there for the knowledge. So it's just a really wide range, and it's interesting to see. Some people have also been in other, programs like the iStep program, which I still need to learn more about, but some people have done other programs. Some people, this is their first program. From what I heard, it seems like STEP is a good first program to try, and then from here you can kind of, with the same team or with the same idea, you can kind of continue in trying these other programs as well. Besides that going on, we have midterms right now. We have an econ midterm that I'm kind of nervous about. Econ has been really hard for me. All of these concepts are very new for me, and so it's been a kind of a heavy lift to understand, everything in the coursework. But I'm doing my best. Let's see, and also we're working on our marketing project. That's been, I think, the thing I'm enjoying the most, because it's an idea that I'm passionate about, and kind of like having an excuse to talk to people that I've wanted to talk to. I don't want to say so much right now, but the idea we're working on has to do with the Latino business concept for the beverage industry. And yeah, something I've always been excited about exploring, so happy to work on that. This term is just moving so fast. There is literally less time between block weeks, but man, it's been a struggle to keep up, and there's just, obviously I signed myself up for a lot more things this term, so a lot of it is on me. I really just want to, we're only here for 2 years. We're making a huge investment of our time and money, and I really want to get the most out of it. So I'm happy that I made these choices, but it is hard, it is hard trying to show up 100% for school, 100% for work, 100% for my family. It's difficult. The reality is you can't show up 100% for everybody every day, and I think finding those balances of not even balances, but just being kind to yourself to accept that, hey, maybe I wasn't 100% to this group today, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to show up for them later. But yeah, I'm happy to be in this position. Good problems to have. All right, I have to get into all my meetings today, but that's it. Again, I'll keep you guys posted on the STEP program and what happens there. Hopefully I'll get adopted by a team and get to start this program. It is a cloudy day in Los Angeles. We're getting another rainstorm soon, and I've got a midterm. So I got a lot of econ to learn. Yesterday we had our first event for STEP, a kickoff event, and it was pretty cool. We got to hear from one of the leaders of the program talking about what to expect, kind of talking about this founder mentality, and it was really interesting. It was exactly what I wanted from Berkeley. So I'm excited to keep going through this process. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Start over. Good morning. We're back at block. This is block 3 of term 2. It's been hard vlogging this time because I brought my family with me. I have my mom and my daughter here. There's a crib here right next to me. Fun fact, if you're bringing a baby to this hotel, the Residence Inn, they have some cribs that they can lend you, which is a very nice surprise because if any moms of young babies know, traveling with a toddler means you are basically a pack mule and have a lot of stuff to bring, so one less large item to carry is amazing. We have class today, we have finance, we have macro, and we have an interesting class today that's going to be about introducing our entrepreneurship and innovation immersion that's going to happen later this spring. I'm not sure what to expect from that class, but I'll share later. In the evening, my co-VP of alumni and I, Stephanie, we planned a little alumni dinner. So we're planning this series where we invite alumni back to share a meal with us and just, talk about their experience in their field. We're trying to reach alumni from different fields that are of interest for our cohort. So we have our first one this evening, and last night we had a really lovely women's dinner. So we went to Laura's house, one of our cohort members, and she was an amazing hostess. We had all of this food, everyone brought different food. One of my classmates even made cookies. She brought cookies all the way from Texas. Like, what? How do you have time? It's amazing. But yeah, we had a really lovely time with just the ladies catching up. And there's one other thing I was gonna bring up. I'm so tired. Oh, that's what I was gonna bring up. What I was gonna bring up is how I'm so tired. because we just had our midterm for economics, and we had a case study there, and we have a big case study for marketing, and we're also doing this giant marketing project. So this term just feels a lot heavier than last term. And add on to that the time period between each block is shorter. It used to be about 3.5 weeks-ish between each block before. Now it's like 2-ish weeks between each block. So it's a lot more of a faster pace. And you know, it doesn't mean that life at home or life at work has gotten any easier. So man, it's been tough, at least for myself. It's been tough this term to just kind of feel like I'm staying afloat. And also because I feel like this term you really want to try stuff. You really want to try other things that are going on campus, because now you kind of know what's happening, right? Like I'm in the STEP program, which is amazing, but it's another thing. I'm also co-VP of alumni, amazing, but another thing. I'm also class rep for marketing, amazing, but another thing. So, you know, just, you know, I don't regret any choices that I've made. I'm excited to do all of these things, but you know, it's also just like wanting to be sure that I'm doing well in these things, because if I'm just like drowning, then I'm not helping anybody, including myself. So yeah, just gonna take it day by day. Take care of yourselves. All right. Oh yeah, one last thing. I'm also doing an Instagram takeover for the Haas EMBA Instagram. So if you're not already following us on Instagram, I believe it's Haas_EMBA on Instagram. So follow us there. I'm gonna be doing an Instagram takeover. By the time this video is up, it'll already be over, but you know, if you're watching this, I assume that you're interested in coming to our program, and that's a great way to also kind of stay on top of what's going on over here. So let's get this block started. Hi, good morning. My name is Krissy and I'm one of the EMBA 2025s. And this weekend, I'm gonna be doing an Instagram takeover. So come follow along with me, see what a block week looks like for us, and I hope you enjoy. Good morning, day 2, trying to get my family down for breakfast. More class today. I'm gonna be light on the vlogging because I've got other stuff to do.
I know my worth. I'm
quick second to vlog. It's Monday morning. I just came back from block yesterday and I'm exhausted. You know, one nice habit that my study group implemented is checking in with each other about how we're doing emotionally, mentally, whether that's at home or at school, before we sort of dive into conversations about project stuff. And I really like this habit because I think it's such a good exercise to slow down when everything in this program is telling you to go faster, you know. I think I need to be better about doing this with myself. I think I haven't been taking that good of care of myself, if I'm honest. You know, I'm eating worse than I ever have. I'm sleeping worse than I ever have. I drink coffee now, and I never really drank coffee before, but now I like need coffee, which is like a habit that I didn't really want to create. But yeah, I'm not saying this is a good thing, and it's definitely not sustainable, but I am very aware that I wanted these 2 years of the program to be like my hustle years, my work super hard, push myself as hard as I can years, and that afterwards I wanted to have my slow period, you know, where I'm just take a break and enjoy how much I've learned and how far I've gotten. And so I just keep thinking about that, you know, that this was a choice that I made for myself, but it doesn't make it any easier, and it's still hard. But I also, you know, I want to learn how to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because I think that usually means that I'm growing. And I've really been thinking about how feeling uncomfortable is so much a part of this learning process. And a lot of it is mental, of like trying to just sit in it and be like, no, I'm gonna learn something if I just stay and keep going and trying. Especially with macroeconomics, oh my goodness. It was a struggle trying to get ready for that for that midterm. And I felt like I didn't know what was going on, but you know, by the end of it, I feel like I picked up a few things. So I don't know if any of these thoughts are making sense. It sounds brilliant in my mind, but I don't know if any of this is making sense right now. I really am so tired. I brought my family to block this week, so that was an amazing experience, but also a much more difficult experience, because you know, obviously I don't have to just think about myself. I'm making sure that they're okay. Do they have things to do? Do they have what they need? Are they lost? You know, just making sure they're all right. So it definitely added a different layer to all the things you have to do at block. I definitely didn't vlog very much. Who knows what this video is going to be, because it's probably little scrap pieces of footage. But I guess if you've been watching my vlogs at this point, it's not like a lot has changed from the last vlog to this vlog. We're still in the same classes. There are just, you know, some different events that happened in the evening, but I didn't really film them. I didn't really film them because I was with my family. So like, for example, we had another fireside chat. There was a debate that happened that had to do with healthcare, but I didn't go to either of the events because I just wanted to go back and spend time with my mom and my baby. So yeah, not as much great footage this vlog. I hope, you know, it'll be okay. Still an interesting vlog. But yeah, I think instead of just showing what was going on, I think sometimes it's like real to show not going to those things, because sometimes you have to take a rain check, and that's okay too. You know, I have really been pushing myself to like try to take advantage and explore everything, but man, I need to find the balance, because this doesn't feel super sustainable, and I was feeling really underwater coming into the last block, like more than usual, like even emotional, you know, where bad news that I would normally be like, all right, that's not great, but you know, I'll figure it out. It like really hit me hard, you know. So for example, I got this email as soon as I walked into my first class Thursday morning from my economics professor that my midterm only had the answers to 3 questions out of the 28-ish questions, and he thought that I like ran out of time or stepped away or something, or accidentally submitted without all the answers. And I was like, no, professor, no, where did all of my answers go? And I literally thought I was gonna start crying. I felt my eyes getting watery. Like I was like, oh my god, am I gonna have to, well, 1, am I gonna be able to take this midterm again? 2, I have to take this midterm again. I was so upset. And again, I knew deep back that it was all gonna be fine, but I was just so tired that like hearing that was like, ugh, I don't know how I can take this right now. So anyway, the ending to that story was that our GSI found the answers. They were all there, and it turned out there were other students besides me that had also had this glitch, but they found the answers, so all good. I don't have to take the midterm again, thank goodness. But yeah, that was just a sign to me that like I need to shift some things around, because like it's not worth crying over an econ midterm, okay? It is not worth crying over. So yeah, so that's my mental health check right now. I have a big marketing case study. Case studies are hard. Oh my goodness, this is kind of our first major case study that we're doing for class, and it's a lot of work. And I'm so glad our professor gave us an extension and he gave us some examples. I feel more confident than I did 2 weeks ago about what the heck this is supposed to be. But it's still a lot of work. I think it's just that point in the program, you know, where you're like, oh my gosh, what did I sign up for? But you know what? I'm gonna end this on the positive note, which is that I think everyone in life has problems, and I'm a big believer that it's just about choosing better problems, or trying to get yourself in a place where you can have better problems. And being stressed about midterms and case studies, these are good problems, you know. Life's still pretty great in the long run. So there you go, ending on some positivity. I should probably get out of this car and go finish my homework now. Whew. All right, here we go. 2.5-ish weeks till our last block, so this term's over. Okay, pray for us. Bye.